Thanks for all the subs, guys, and all the follows and the likes and the comments. It's down to you. I've been able to afford this. I've finally paid my invoices at Barham Engines, so Lee's been able to treat himself now. So we got the other Yaris in. Now it said it was a grade 4, this one, didn't it? So I was looking around it to see beat up bodywork everywhere, but actually it's really straight. Apart from some lacquer peel on the door handles, there doesn't actually seem to be any bodywork trouble at all on it. I was expecting it to dinged in on every corner, but actually it's really straight. All the alloys are in fairly good nick. So like I say, all I need to do is get the lacquer peel off door handles and do that. Inside is nice and clean as well, although it's a bit dark for you guys to see. So it came yesterday evening. I forgot to video it when it was outside. Hopped straight in it, ran around the block. Guess what? Clutch is bad. Slipping like a you know what. You put your foot down, the revs rise very quickly and the car doesn't move forwards. So we got straight into another Yaris clutch. Not done one on one of these engines before. This is the 1.3. It seems to have just slightly less room than we did doing the other Yaris yesterday night. Again, it'll be a good learning experience for me. Basics are the same. Get the battery tray out. Get the get the battery tray out. Undo the bolts all around the outside. This one's got an internal slave on it rather than external, so I'm going to have to replace that at the same time because I don't want to have to do the job again. So we'll do a full clutch kit and a slave. So I'm hoping that it drops straight down like the other one did and it doesn't get in the way with the chassis rail. If not, we're going to have to try and sort of move it back and sort of hold it to the side while we swap it out. But I suspect I shall be pulling in Scotty for that one again. I'll probably do most of it myself and see how far I get, just for the last step, maybe have a bit of a hand. So yeah, but luckily the clutches kits aren't expensive. I mean, on the silver Yaris it was only £50 for the clutch kit, so I'm hoping, you know, even with the slave and all that, if I'm doing it for like £100, it's just my labour then. It shouldn't be too bad. But once that's done, this is going to be a really nice car, because other than that, like I say, I'm really pleased bodywork wise. I was expecting to have to spend a lot of time getting dings and dents out, but other than that, it's really clean. So this came with no mechanical report from BCA, so perhaps the assessor tried to do me a favour by giving it a 4, indicating that there might be something else wrong with it other than the body, because it's cleaner than most of the other cars I've had come in. So that's good news. The silver Yaris, taking it for a bit of a, obviously I took it for a run last night, taking it for a run again this morning. Clutch is absolutely fine, so I'm cracking on with tidying it up now. First job was that the window wasn't working, it was held up by cardboard, so I've had the door card off and had something that's a very common problem with these, which is that the plastic clips that retain the glass to the runner break. So I've repaired those, plastic welded them back together and bonded them onto the glass, ready to put that back in again, because the clips aren't really available on their own or would take days to get here, so I thought I'd crack on with that. So next step is to clean it all up, and I've got to sort out these two holes here. So my plan for that is to ding them slightly with the hammer to recess them, and then I'll use a fiberglass filler because they're small holes. I could put a bit of weld in there, but a fiberglass filler will do well enough, and smooth it all down and spray this sort of area here. I've got a rattle can on the way. The rest of it just needs a good clean, and then over this side I need to see what we want to do about these bits here. So I'm going to first polish them and see how much of it comes out, see how bad it is. Got some here, got quite a bit here. I think I'm going to have to again sort of dust this rear corner here and here. I mean, we've got to bear in mind it's probably only going to be a £2,000 car when I'm done. But let's get cracking on it and see how tidy we can make her look before we get onto the clutch on the other Yaris. So I don't know what happened today, but after a week of quiet car sales, I had 3 phone calls on this little white Corsa, all straight after each other, and people wanted to come out and view it straight away. And it has now sold to the first person that came and saw it. So that's sold. We got 3,295 for that. I think initially I had it up for 3,495, which I thought was a bit cheeky anyway. 3,295 sounds about right for 2011. It's only done 40 odd thousand miles. It was a low mileage, this one, wasn't it? And it was a minter. But this is an example of one that I did just have to clean. It does have to go for its MOT tomorrow. I'm hoping it doesn't need too much for that, but I can't see it really needing much. And I did agree to do an oil and filter change on it, which I normally do as a general rule anyway. But overall, as a flip car, it initially, obviously things can come back, seems to have been a pretty hassle-free one. So that was a nice little sale. And then the other car that's gone has the 500S. Now I'm going to be open with you guys as always and say I think I dropped my pants on the 500S. You know, I'd had it for a while, and normally these sell super quick. You know, when we're not in lockdown they sell really quickly, but I've had this one for a while now. I think I've had it for a couple of months at least, and the books say it's a £5 car all day long, so you normally sort of like 5295 it, 5195 it, but I didn't really get any calls on it at all. And obviously it's got more money tied up in it than my other cars. This is probably 2 of my normal kind of flips, so I dropped it to 495 and it sold straight away. And I don't know whether that's because of the drop in price or just because obviously with the Corsa going today, with so many calls on the Corsa, and I have had a call on the Picanto as well, little black Picanto here. I've had a call on that for tomorrow. It might well have sold anyway at the higher price. So I think I've only made about £300 out of this one, which is very low for me on a car of this kind of value. And I did do the cam belt on it, did a full cam belt service on it, so not really worth it in the grand scheme of things, to be honest. It's the lad's first car, he's having it as his first car. Lovely family, local family came and saw it. It's always so nice to deal with nice people, but to be honest I can't really think of anybody I've had to deal with that's not nice so far. They've all been lovely people. But yeah, so this is going to be his first car, and my first car was a Beta. This is proper nice. 2014, 40,000 miles. It's the Sport, so it's got the nice alloys, it's got the nice interior on it, but they are taking it with the MOT it's got left on it. It's only got 4 months MOT left on it. Again, honestly, best policy, I explained to him, look, it's a £5 car, but I chickened out because of COVID sitting on it. I've dropped the price to a point where I can't afford the MOT for you as well. If you want the MOT doing, I can charge on top for that, but they're taking it as it is. But I don't really have any concerns about it. I've driven this quite a bit, this car, no problems with it at all. So yeah, suddenly got busy on the sales front, and I'm getting a few gaps again. So I really need to get cracking, don't I? Might take that home tonight, the rally, because it's a nice night. Got to get my car, so I need to get the car sorted, the Suzuki out, because if the market has picked up, I need these up for sale. The little silver Yaris is inside, getting little bits of paintwork done now, the clutches on it. The red Yaris is in there, ready to have its clutch done as well. I've just got to crack on with that. So I need those cars up for sale now. If the market's going to pick up, I need them up for sale, not sitting in there needing repair. Nothing really on the Micra yet, but again, that's one I've not really done anything to other than that touch of paint, haven't I? So again, in terms of work-wise, doesn't have a lot in it. But yeah, sudden little upturn in sales. I saw one of my other YouTube channels I follow, is a local sort of southwest guy as well, flipping cars for profit. I know he had a good weekend as well, so it must have picked up all round, I think. So parasitic drain test, we've got a 4 milliamp drain on the go. So we've got another car, a little Picanto, a little black Picanto that starts every day. That's actually got a larger drain on it. It's got nearly 200 milliamp drain on it. So we've got a little space because the little black Kia sold. The little Kia Picanto that was a category N, 2010, didn't do any of the bodywork on it because it only had a little ding in the back. Let it go cheap for $995. We just washed that one, didn't we, and polished it, and I said I'd see if we could sell it without doing any more to it, and that's exactly what we've done. We got $995 for it. I think my profit is £300 after paying the VAT man £200, so I think all in, I think I was £500 into it. Pay the VAT man £200, make £300 profit. So it's £300 for a wash, which isn't bad. And the chap got a nice little runabout that drove really well, and it just had a little bit of a ding on the back. So yeah, so another one gone. So plan is finish off the little bit of bodywork on the Yaris and give that a clean. Then try and get the Alto sorted, because that's the next minor one that needs work, and then get onto the big one with the KA. But stuff's selling quite quick at the moment. I'm gonna have to pull some lates to get as much of this ready as possible, because while stuff's selling, I want to have plenty up for sale.